Mongoose Jake here with a video on some cheap blasters, which I had planned to make this a reoccurring episode type series where I basically go over anything I found that's of interest and fun in the blaster hobby at very, very dirt cheap prices, like at Dollar Trees, Dollar Generals, and so on and so forth. And it's been a while since I've done one of these videos. I did one on a $2 blaster some time ago, maybe all the way up to a year ago, and then I did one on a couple more blasters from Dollar Tree, and now I'm back to finding a few. These two were from my local Dollar Tree. This one was from a local Dollar General, and I believe these were all $1. This one might have been $2, but these are little X-Shot Micro copies, and of course you can see off here to the side I got X-Shot Micro right here, and if you put them side by side you can see the resemblance. Now the X-Shot Micros are good little pistols. They're fun, they're tiny, you can stash them in a pocket, and they have surprisingly good power for how tiny they are, and they're fairly moddable. I mean, look at what OC Nerf did with his. If you go to his channel and check it out, I know he had posted that back like over a year ago, where he actually did one of these with an upgraded spring and a full brass barrel, which was pretty neat. But they're fun little things to tinker with and use. And this is a $1 copy, so as long as the thing works, which I will open up one. I picked up both colors. My local Dollar Tree had the orange with the blue, and they had green with brown, kind of militaristic, kind of styled color, and then that's very much a common toy color, but does still have the orange tip and orange pull chain. So we'll get one of these out, and I went straight for the green and brown because I kind of like that color scheme. You pull that back. Ooh, that's really light. The X-Shot Micro, it's got a very firm spring in there. You can even see that the priming rod is very, very similar. Let's check that out right there. The cross section on that is, wow, this almost looks like a direct copy. Like they almost got the mold, but I can tell the spring, I mean, you can hear that. That is a very light spring. I don't expect much out of that. Okay, we're going to take just a second. Don't expect these videos to be scripted at all. I'm not a scripted kind of guy. We're going to throw one Nerf Elite Dart in through this, and let's just see what we get. Oh dear goodness. I got 23.9. Did I hit the chronograph? I don't think I did. 35.6. Let's grab a few more. Now keep in mind the little X-Shot Micros do fairly well. 21. That's a blistering speed. 29.1. 35.6. Ooh, gonna hurt somebody with that. 28.8. Sounds like it's struggling to even completely close the plunger. Now I'm gonna grab again. The only reason I'm using Nerf Elites in here is because it's a very common dart that, I mean, everybody gets them and throws them in some kind of bin somewhere. Okay, that's much more speed to that, but that read as an error. Okay, X-Shot Micro, you're spitting out errors. Let's get an accurate reading. I know that didn't go at 165.6. Let's switch. I've got a couple of zombie strike ones. Maybe now the speed's up. There we go, 64.8. That's about what you expect. 65.4. Yeah, these fire, they're basically about as powerful as the new Busby Panthers. This, not so much. However, if you have little kids, that is so easy to prime. I mean, anybody can prime that, and literally it fires so weak, nobody could get hurt by it. So I always go with the idea that every blaster has a purpose. Because personally, there's very, very few bad blasters, and almost all of them are branded under the name Nerf. I know. I'm hard on Nerf, but this little blaster for $1 will fire a dart, and the dart it comes with is actually kind of neat, although I don't like it. Has a neat profile. That is a rock solid tip. Rock solid. But you know what? Just for the heck of it, let's throw this in here. 27. Now, I was going to see if maybe, because this is very, very firm foam with a rock hard tip there, I was going to see if maybe it got better performance out of its own dart. Nope, 20.3. And what I'm assuming is, even with my hurt arm that's not back to full strength, because I have a huge divot here and a chunk missing out of my muscle right here, but I can easily pull that with my pinky. I mean, easily. Yeah, 20.3 again, duplicate. So yeah, it's weak as can be. Let's move on. That was the foam dart blaster, and it says Pistolet Tire Flechettes. I wonder why they put French. That's interesting. Interesting choice. It's got French instead of Spanish like you always see. Okay, very interesting choice on the dual languages in the front, but here we are. Next one up is a air foam dart blast. This one was from Dollar General. It's made by Jaru, and this one was made by okay. Now it hits me. This was actually distributed through Canada as well as the U.S. There's why you have the French on the front, and that's why again it has English and French. No Spanish. Interesting. But that one was through Dollar Tree, and it says imported by Greenbrier International. Okay, I guess that's the brand. And this one is by Jaru, which of course everybody knows and loves for the cheap toys that they produce. Normally tend to be decent. Weird darts. That's my first impression. Weird darts. That is solid foam, capped by a chunk of foam that's much firmer. Now this is soft squishy foam, very similar in density to pool noodles. Yeah, that's definitely about the same kind of foam that you expect on floaties and pool noodles and stuff. And I bought a few of these. I've had these now for months. I think I even sent one off to somebody. Oh wow, that's a very loose barrel fit. Maybe I'm supposed to shove the tip in it? Oh. Wow. Hey, that says something for first impressions. That's actually usable. The foam itself, the dart, I guess, it doesn't fit the barrel at all. It's loose in there and rattling. The tip, though, it fits. You have to push that in flush. It did have instructions on the back. And yes, it says insert the dart with the black tip out until it is even with the end of the tube. So yes, just like that. And then you squish the rear grip. Okay, that actually works pretty good. Awesome. Okay, Jaru, I like what you did here. Looks like a submachine gun style. Okay, give me a second. Had to gather them up. They went flying 10 feet behind me. Okay, that's actually pretty good. They hit my wall in front of the workbench and went flying. Let's see what I can call out as chronograph numbers. It says 109.9, but let's see. Gotta try a few. 88.8. Maybe that actually is realistic. I assume that was an error. 89.7. Now these are very, very lightweight. There's no rubber, no nothing. It's just foam and foam. But wow, 89.7. Let's try again. That one didn't read. That didn't read right. It says 1205.8. 84.7. Now that's believable. This is actually firing with decent punch. Gotta be careful there. 81.2. 82.9. Okay, that's not bad. That's usable. Somebody who wears a beret might actually get some use out of this thing at a local war. But hey, that for a couple of bucks, I honestly can't remember if I paid $1 or $2. Now, as I dig these special darts out, these would be replicated possibly by using the foam of a standard dart, because that's really more just to, I guess, give some stability. Because I haven't fired these, like long range or anything. Just, you see me open the package and just fire over the chronograph. But I'm betting you could replicate these by cutting out hobby foam, and if you had to sandwich a couple layers together, because like the hobby foam I use is fairly thin, but I think 3 or 4 layers of it sandwiched together, that's about a dime size. That might actually be the size of a dime, just as a guess. But you could lay this down and trace it, and then cut out a whole bunch, glue them together, use some old dart foam, and make enough of these to actually use. This little thing's fun. Very simple. Just squeeze. And Jaru makes, neat little things like this, but I'm going to bring the video to a close, showing one blaster that actually I shot it a number of times. It shot between the 80s to low 90s. These darts are very, very light, so keep that in mind. They're not going to fly very well, I don't think. And then, of course, we had this X-Shot Micro copy that shoots in the 20s, which is the lowest velocity I've ever seen out of a blaster. That's hilarious. But the Airfoam Dart Blast from Jaru that I picked up at my local Dollar General actually surprised me. And that's the fun with these kind of videos, and these kind of blasters that you just pick up just on a whim, looking at just to try them out. I mean, it's $1 or $2, and you just don't know what you're going to get. You can get something that is pathetic in its velocity, but again, I mean, this is so light to prime that a tiny little kid could actually pull this no problem, and it doesn't shoot hard enough to hurt anybody. Although, don't use these. These darts are rock hard. Like, that almost feels like plastic. It is rubber, but it feels like plastic. So don't use those. Pitch them immediately. Like, get some actual X-Shot darts even, because they have a very soft tip. And this little thing here is hilariously good. And it's actually even comfortable to use. This is Mongoose Jake with a cheap blaster showcase. Hope you enjoyed this very kind of randomized, off-the-cuff video. Because I genuinely hope you guys enjoy this, because I have fun doing these. So I will do these once in a while, and I just hope you guys like them enough that you find enjoyment in it like I do. And I do thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.